Hello, I want to show today my journal that I made. For the Defy auction coming up. It's the Disabled Artists Foundation that supports disabled artists by supplying them supplies. This journal is named Dear Heart, as she revealed to me as I'm working with her, her name. She's 5.5 inches across, 8.5 inches tall. She has a 1 3/4 inch spine, and the spine is a hollow spine construction. She has hardboard covers and a chipboard spine. The fabric that is on her is created with paint, and it's book cloth so that nothing shows through. There's 4 signatures. As we open her up, she is kind of a chunky monkey. I'm trying to get it into screen here. A little bit of a chunky monkey. She has 4 signatures, 12 pages, which is 112, front and back. In the front of this book will be this little fold out will be her story, and I will write it and then decorate it, and it'll go in this pocket. And her name at the end went here, Dear Heart. Each signature is been coffee and tea stained, and then each signature is hand inked, and I've got ink all in my fingers, so I'm so sorry that looks like that. There are stamps throughout, and the stamps are mostly stamped from Stampin' Up, but some from other places that I've picked up. And same with the stencils. The stencils are from my assorted collection. All of the digis through here are either from Tracy Fox and Artie Mays and Victoria Designs. So as we go through, I have some lovely ledger paper. This is ledger paper from 1904. And because it's so fragile, it's not as fragile, it's not breaking apart and crumbling, but I did give it a little bit of support with washi tape, and there's 1 page of these in each signature. And I've staggered the pages to give some interest. There's lace throughout. This lace here at the beginning, I went back here. This lace is a vintage style. Some of the lace is actual vintage. Then some stenciling. And I have pockets throughout with a little collage interest. And each of the pockets have a little journaling paper in it. I didn't want to add too much decorative. The pockets are decorative, but inside the pockets, lots of writing space for it to be a journal. Little fabric and trim, and a pocket with some fabric and trim, and again paper, a paper journaling spot. You'll notice the little bird up in the corner or somewhere on the page throughout the book. It's part of the flying away and finding your freedom and being your own self. This is one of the Tracy Fox and Artie Mays tab collection collaboration, and I really loved these. This is a nice little journaling spot in a vellum pocket. This one, I have to go back. It says, use your wings. And more writing space. I like to do my stenciling background. these are designed to write directly on the pages or cover them up. Just because I have stencils on them does not mean that they can't be written on. This is the middle of the signature. This is a Victoria design, I believe. Some more writing paper, some more writing, more stenciling, just a little page there. This one is the little vellum pocket. It has the little butterfly. I think that's actually a moth, but this is just a little writing spot. A little bird hanging out down there on the bottom. Here's a belly band. It's kind of loose, but it has a little journal in here, a little mini journal. It has some odd pages. It also is reinforced with washi tape because this is from an old book. And so there's just some pages here that you can add to, write on, paint on, and then it's stitched in the spine with the machine, sewing machine. Here's a little collage page, some ruffle that I did, a little cloth ruffle, a bird peeking out. This is a little piece of a book ruffle that I did a while back, and I thought it fit real nice in this journal. Just almost every page is different as far as stencils are concerned. Tried not to use too many of the same, except for the bird. The bird is special, and there's a butterfly also. Here's another one of the pages. This one's from 1903, and some more paper lace, more stenciling, and that's the first signature. Second signature, I have a little heart with key, a heart locket with keys. And this lace is vintage. I believe it's quite old, but it's not raw. It's not fraying or disintegrating at this point. I had this lovely piece of chiffon that I wasn't sure what I was going to use with it. It came with a kit, and I just thought it looked lovely over this paper. So it's just a little hideaway, secret little place. This is just a tuck spot. I don't have anything on this tuck spot, so it's just up to the user to decide. And here we have more lace. This is a Stampin' Up stamp. No, it's not. It's not a Stampin' Up stamp. It's a different brand. I can't think of the name, but I love their brand. And some more of the paper lace. And this is a little, this was a little heavy, so I put this little bitty mini clip here. This is sewn, no, it's glued. And it's a three-part tag, and this one comes from the Tracy Fox and Artie Mae's collaboration. The top has just a piece of paper for journaling, a little bird peeking out there, and it goes in the pocket. And then we have a little journaling page here with a little birdie circle tab. And then here's just a tiny little tag, and then it's with all my heart. And on this page is again the little bird on this one is a little different. Has some journal paper in here, and the bird is peeking out, and one of those little tiny little paper clips to hold it in. Here's one that's just a plain page. I didn't put anything on it. Some more of the stamps. And then here's a little collage. It's do one thing every day that makes you happy. And here's another little collage that peeks across the board because it comes across and sewn in. And then you have a bird cage with the little bird on the outside of the cage. The middle signature. And here's a little tuck. This is also one of the Artie Mays and Tracy Fox collaboration little tags, and I made it into a tuck spot. It's a little secret place where you can just write something and hide it. And here's the butterfly with the bird. And it's just another stenciled page. This was a lovely page. I loved this page. It was plain, and I wanted something over here, and so I used a little stamp collage. I have two of stamp collages in this. And another page with, another writing page with a butterfly on this little vellum, and the little pin there. And these are sewn in to make a pocket. Little tag here to turn over. Excuse me. And more ledger paper. And this was just a little thing. I originally was going to make it a tuck spot, and I just didn't want to sew this down or tighten this because I love the texture. So I did a little hidden flower. And here's another tag. This one is actually sewn in. If you see, I've sewn it in to the page. And this one is, again, has the little paper in it, the journal paper. And this one is all about play. And then here is a little stamp. This is a Stampin' Up! Heart, and it's called It's Just the Corner of Your Heart. Just a little butterfly flying around, and that's the end of the second signature. The third signature has your little bird will be on each signature. This is an actual vintage lace that I had, and it was lovely. It's in very good shape. Again, just a little page. This is something you can write directly on. And then a little collage from the heart. And then instead of the vellum, I had this lovely envelope, and I reinforced the bottom of the envelope, and I made a little tuck spot here and in the back here. And this is a Tracy Fox card that I had from one of her kits, one of her digis. And then here is Fly, Darling, Fly. Just some stenciled paper and more. Here's another from Tracy Fox's Digi Kit. And then a dragonfly. Just more pages, a little bit of design there. This is a tuck spot, and I made a little card folio, and it's a little folio that has just one page in it. You could add more if you would like. Made out of cardstock. This is a piece of cross stitch that I've had. I've had this for years. It was under glass and kind of dated, but I just loved it. It really fit well. I made this probably 20 years ago, I think, maybe even longer, but I thought it went very nice in this kit, in this journal. Here's another one of the another one of Tracy Fox's and Artie Mays' tags. I really love them. They're so easy to use. They have such lovely design on them. So it's sewn into the page, as you can see, and then it's two holdings. You have a piece of paper here, and then you have a tag on in the inside. Has a window, and the tag has the dancer, and goes back in, and it's called Music of My Heart. I made a little paper clip to hold the other journal in, the little mini journal, and then paper clip with some of the fabric on the top. Little collage design. You'll just, again, more of the stencils. I used 3 different colors in throughout the book, and one was a red, a blue, and a green. Here's the middle of this signature, and then we have a little fabric collage in the corner, a little pinned collage with a tag on the top. Again, another corner heart. This is a ruffle made and stitched. No, this ruffle is stitched on the machine, but it's glued on the page. Hangs off a little. This is another tag. It is a single tag. This is all glued down, so there's only one spot, and it has a nice size paper in there. Very dark brown, tea dyed, coffee dyed. Little corner embellishment. And here's a little an empty one. I'll probably just leave it empty. Someone else can fill it. Here is our Be Happy page. I think of bees and I think of Be Happy. A little more pages. Here's this pocket is also empty. I think I'll leave it that way. Butterflies, the rose matching in through here, and this is the end of the 3rd signature. This is the last signature, and again, this is trim that came off of an antique pillowcase, and it's very old. I know that it's probably 100 years old, but it's in excellent shape. No kind of raw, nothing. It's not dry rot or anything. This is a little piece of tatting that I got in a little kit. I'm not exactly sure where it is. I love tatting. So I had to put some in here. A little tuck spot there. Whoops, sorry, too many pages. And then now we're back to I've got little phrase all over the place. More ledger paper. And there's another blank page. Someone gets to put their own thing on there. And another blank page. Somebody gets to put their own thing. Although I put the color on there with ink. And then here's a bird flying, perching on your page. And here's vellum that has no pocket on this one. This vellum was coffee dyed, coffee stained with lace, I believe. Another blank page. Wow, I got some blank pages back here. This one is just a strip of the fabric that I used, and it's Live Every Day with Intention. And there's a little tab here because it's a little heavy on the heavier side. This is another one of the tags from Tracy Fox and Artie Mays, and I put some heavy vellum and made a little, just a little writing spot, or tuck some pictures in there, whatever you would like to do with it. And it goes in this little tuck spot. These are actually sewn, I believe, onto the page. Yes, these pockets are sewn. They're they're fabric, and they're folded over and cardstock in between. And then I made the little tag because it's a little wobbly. Had to have a mandala. Mandalas are a big thing, and I love mandalas, and they have a lot of meaning. So mandala goes into my journals. One butterfly. Here's another one of those paper ribbons that I do. And here is another tag, and I made it so I made this here, but I needed to have something a little to hold this because it was a little bit tall and heavy. So when I turn the page, it holds this in place. The little tag says to fly it to your heart, or the little corner pocket says that. The tag says follow your heart, and it has a window, has 2 little spots, 2 little cards inside, and these are little journaling cards if you want. You could stick other things in here if you would like. And this one is another one of the stamp collages. This little stamp here really made me think about, I needed to coordinate. I tend to like to have a design that's similar. And I found this stamp, and it was Mary Cassatt. So she was a great artist, American artist, and made that little collage. And this is another one of those mini little clips I love, and I made a little tiny book, and it says here, the heart that gives also gathers, and it's just a little tiny notebook that you can put some of your secrets in, and then it's clipped up under here, and it gives a little turn space for that. Some more stenciling, a flower that is not that's a stencil actually, and again some more of the ledger from 1906. You can see the dates on these, and most of this is in pencil. And the little bird. And then in the end pages, this is the Tree of Life. It's a die cut that I have from Ken Olsen, and I love this particular die cut. And then one of my signatures is that in my journals, my fingerprints will be in my journals. I usually sign mine with a fingerprint and initials, but on this page are my fingerprints. The little brown spots that are all over, that's my signature, or one of them. And then finally a little flower, and then some vintage lace. At the very end, it says, with all my heart. There's a pocket that has some strings on it, and then my business card, which will be tucked in there. And then my signature usually will go here with my fingerprint and my initials. Makes it a one of a kind. And then it closes. And this is Dear Heart.